Hey all, my name is Michael Moore. I am a senior studying computer science and mathematics at Berea College. In this video, I will go into detail about my facial recognition system implementation that I've been working on the first couple of months. So what is facial recognition, or exactly what are the components involved into it? So facial recognition is a form of computer vision that involves data analysis of a facial neural network and understanding exactly what a facial implementation would look like based on a computer's representation. What really got me interested in facial recognition technologies is first looking at the algorithm biases that are associated with the machines. So in 2012, Google released a facial recognition algorithm that analyzed photo metadata and understanding what exactly the objects were in the photo. In its first implementation, the AI component would analyze photos of African American or African people of dark skin and misrepresent them as gorillas. And this is terrible when you have a system that's being incorporated and utilized in so many different systems, such as international travel, police agency, and many other systems that literally is in the palm of your hands right now. I will go into depth about some of the facial recognition practices that I've been researching over the past few months. I've been particularly interested in skin vision and specifically how computers see and understand skin texture and pigmentation. At the Navi system, which looks at the different variation of skin and understanding the vector representation of skin utilization. I've also been looking to OpenCV, which is a Python dictionary that looks at video image analysis of different computer vision systems. It uses a neural network of faces that are already pre-programmed within the system and understanding what a face is supposed to look like. So my project is based on the understanding of OpenCV and the Navi system and creating a comprehensive website that shows the different utilization of the computer vision practices. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go over the current implementation of my web-enabled computer vision site that is supposed to highlight the different practices within facial recognition systems. So as you can see in the homepage, there's a greeting of computer vision, and as we scroll down, it goes into a bit of detail of the facial recognition systems. I'll read a bit of it for you. We live in the age of the algorithm. Increasingly, the decision that affects our lives, where we go to school, how much we pay for health insurance, whether we get approved for a car loan, are all being made not by humans but by mathematical models. In theory, this should lead to greater fairness. Everyone is judged according to the same rules and biases is eliminated. Yet there are consistent inconsistencies in these often unregulated models. Often in the globe, we continue to adopt widely used computer systems utilizing these mathematical models without first evaluating its inclusive nature. In particular, facial recognition software tends to assume what a face should resemble based on spatial features, gradient shadows, and other unique characteristics using computational algorithms. This could result in human passing characteristics such as white skin tones being prioritized in algorithms over dark skin tones because developers assume a basis for white skin as a depiction for all people. When facial recognition systems assume that people are uniquely the same, then the system can misidentify those not fitting within the scope of the ideal face space as faceless, invisible, or non-existent. If we scroll down a bit, we can see the OpenCV module, which shows implementation of the facial recognition implementation and its functionality. As of now, the OpenCV recognition does not operate functionally on the website because of security features that not enable the webcam to function properly, although the OpenCV dictionary is implemented within the module of the JavaScript program. This goes the same that the Navi facial recognition system is not working in its implementation because of the security features that do not enable the webcam. I'm currently looking into importing the web camera feature within the Apache JavaScript file in order to bypass the security features within the web client. So I want to take the time to reflect a bit on my project and what this emphasis was and what it is now. I've been researching facial recognition technology for about 6 months now and sort of understanding the different representations of it. Initially, I created a system that uses a bit of linear and matrix algebra in understanding exactly what a facial image will look like. I would upload a picture within the system. It would analyze and say, hey, I see a face. After it says that, you upload another picture. Based on the threshold values, it will say, hey, this is another face within this picture because it looks similar and comparing the two pictures. For this class, I really wanted to look at the algorithm and understanding a live feedback system, which is why I specifically looked at NEVI, the skin vision system. And if a system understands the different variation of skin utilization, then it would be able to detect when a person is in the view. Fun fact, NAVI is actually used in cancer research and understanding skin variation and looking at the different pigmentations. I wanted to utilize this specific system along with IR censoring to sort of combat the low light censoring that is often rhetoric within facial recognition system for the excuse to not understanding darker skin texture and tones. I came into the project with this big picture of solving algorithmic biases by incorporating skin vision and low light censoring and melding the two and seeing how the implementation would occur. This was definitely a large project that required more than just a few months of my already understanding of facial recognition system and trying to implement. For the sake of time, after a few weeks of looking into the implementation, I had chosen to dial the understanding back to fit within the scope of the class. So I looked at OpenCV and specifically still utilizing the NAVI system. I wanted to create a website that looks at the different practices within facial recognition for people to understand the different practices within computer vision. One of the biggest challenges for me was trying to understand the different implementations of the system, often written in different code bases, and trying to collect them and gather them together under one umbrella. So NAVI is originally written in C++, and OpenCV is written in Python because of the Python dictionary. And the web-enabled site is written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I often try to utilize JavaScript as my basis for code migration so that the system is able to read across the different platforms that are being utilized within the system. My understanding of code practices was limited to simple understandings, and it was a bit difficult trying to read through some of the documentation and understanding the different implementations to get the system working correctly. So what did I learn from this project? I learned that you have to dream big. It is also realistic to understand that the project requires more time and resources and tools that are often given for a specific project. I also find that it's really important to have an intersectionality between the passions that you have and the technical training that you have to pursue the different passions. My passion for facial recognition algorithm biases started with my passion for social understanding. I do hope to continue the project in my further research and understanding. I hope to get a bit more into the algorithmic understandings of it and using the math computational algorithms that are behind the facial recognition system, because that is where the artificial intelligence lies and why the systems sort of have the biases. Thank you so much for listening to my presentations. We'll have a few minutes for discussion or for questions if you all have any. I really hope you enjoyed my presentation, and I hope to see you all doing great things in the future. Thank you.